Maccabees. Hey man, this freestyle from the heart too. All right, from the heart, bro. Hey, GMS, y'all gonna be scared to come outside when the martial law troops come, bro. Cause y'all gonna find out that y'all naked. Y'all gonna find out that y'all following the wrong doctrine. Y'all gonna find out that you fell on the sword. All right. I was trying to bring the new covenant to you. I was trying to reach my brother. But what? They knocked away the hand of the Lord. So, what can I do? Well, I tried to tell GMS to come under the new covenant, but them boys wouldn't stop. Man, they let their heart rock. Ain't no love in their heart. Man, I cried night and day. Try to tell them boys to come back, but they didn't want to listen to Maccabee. Yeah. Man, I try to tell them boys come back, but they gonna find I got the wrong doctrine. I told them about that one-way shit. I tried to tell them about the new covenant, but they wouldn't listen to me. Yeah. Man, I tried to shield them boys. Man, I put my heart in this truth, and I ain't gonna never stop. Man, till I fucking drop. Till the breath come up out my lungs. Till I'm up on the chariot. I go hard for you, I was shy, yeah. Got on my knees and I cried, yeah. I prayed the prayer of Solomon to get this wisdom. Man, I went hard in this truth. I'm a running back for you. I hope I should be outside. Man, I'm keep running the ball until I die. Man, I try to tell GMS to come back, but they want to live, son. Since you watching everything, I'm going to give you something. I'm going to sit this on your plate. You going to find out I'm telling the truth. It's going to be too late. Hey, when the martial law troops come in, man, I tried to save my brother. I cried, bro. I tried, bro. Record this. Because you're going to remember this video. Tried to protect my brothers, Lord. I did everything I could. I went hard as I could, Lord. I'm a sinner. Forgive me, Lord. Have mercy on y'all about you, on Maccabees.
Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakha HaKodash. I want to send double honor to my elders and apostles at GMS who taught me this truth and who rule well, peace, love, and safety is to the hopeful elect document they're doing this work. Much love to the scattered elect and to the few sincere women that subscribe to the true doctrine. This is the brother you call Amath with the Great Millstone Camp, the branch out here in Omaha, Nebraska. And I'm coming back with another lesson, Lord willing, to feed and to edify the lost sheep of the nation of Israel through the Holy Spirit, Rakha HaKodash. And I just wanted to get into this quick lesson, man. Yeah, we're in the last days for sure. All right. You know, and I played this clip with this individual, a short clip with this individual, Yahweh the Maccabees. And that's the first thing that came to mind is that, you know, we're at the end. You know, and, you know, he's not the only determining factor because the Lord mentioned about different signs and things that will be happening to indicate the end of this age. You know, certain signs in the heavens. You know, certain activities of these men who claim they know the Lord or know the scriptures. All right, you know, so on and so forth. You know, the Most High gave us many signs. You know, and what this individual comes off as is first and foremost, you know, based off of the history that I understand about this man, is, you know, that he was, you know, he wasn't accepted, you know, as a man of the Lord. You know, he didn't have a good report, you know, and, you know, I don't know all the ins and outs about that. But what I do know, all right, that this individual is clearly holding a grudge about, you know, not being a part of the fold. And, you know, this is why he's making these scoffing videos, looking for attention, You know, and I was talking to one of the younger brothers here in the camp, man, and this is, off the heels of a video I watched by the elder Manat Zakba at the Great Millstone, South Carolina. He had mentioned in the video concerning this same individual, how, you calling us false prophets. You calling it GMS, Great Millstone, starting with the elder apostle on down, false prophets. But here it is, you're coming up out of the blue and you're looking for attention and you're looking to, stir up some shit. Well, we're teaching false doctrine for false prophets, then there's no reason for you to acknowledge this. Now let's get a precept to back that up. Okay? And I just pray that this video is edifying. I'm getting to a few precepts and that'll be it, man. But yeah, we're at the end of the times, right? This is the book of Romans 16, verse 17. It says, "Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them." Right? And when you go into that word mark, it goes into, it's the Greek word skopeo, which means to fix one's eyes upon, right? Or to direct one's attention to. So, I mean, you got him on the radar. Like, okay, this individual, okay, he's not teaching true doctrine. He's teaching something that's wayward. And this is the mindset of this individual because he called Great Millstone false prophets. And offenses contrary to the doctrine which you have learned, and what? Avoid them. To avoid them means you ignore them. You get the hell away from them. Right? You don't give them no time of the day. But if they're teaching false doctrine, indeed, you rebuke before all that others may fear. Okay? And that the knowledge, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shema Shai be magnified. But here it is, this individual's popping up and you're messing with us. You're making all these whack-ass freestyles. And you're just looking for attention, man. Now this video is not going to be about him, but, you have individual. He's just, he's a familiar with Great Millstone, right? So he's just coming back for another rebuke, right? But you have individuals that are just like him that scoff at the doctrine. You got individuals like IUIC, who they get upset about the doctrine we teach. Okay, when we speak about, giving the understanding on the grape, which is spoken about in the books of Moses being the laws. All right, so you got individuals that come up and they always have something to say about what Great Millstone's teaching. All right, but let's get back to the point at hand, because I mentioned that we are in the last days, and the Most High said that this type of stuff is going to happen. Okay, this is the book of 2 Peter chapter 3. In verse 3, it says, "Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming?" And this individual, when you listen to that clip, he is speaking about, man, I told GMS, I figure out how he worded it exactly, but they need to come up under the new covenant. They ain't listen. And now they're going to fall on, that they're the ones falling on the sword. Like what are you talking about, bro? The new covenant's not going to be established until the kingdom of heaven is established. The kingdom, let me correct that, the kingdom of Yahweh Shai has to be established. Okay? There's no way we're going to be able to uphold the new covenant. As long as we can still die, we can still get sick, we still get bad knees, we still have ailments of the body, we still got to work under a heathen. That's not new covenant activity. New covenant activity is when we're in full rulership. Okay, how we gonna? We can't. We have to be in a celestial form. Okay, which when our bodies are changed to that celestial form, we will be under that new covenant. You see. It says, "For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished." Right? "But the heavens and the earth, which are now, by the same word are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men, which after that, the perdition of ungodly men and the day reserved for judgment for them, once that day is passed and the kingdom of heaven is established, we will be under the new covenant. Okay, individuals like, with this individual, Yahweh the Maccabees, and all the other Israelites that scoff against the truth, you're going to be a part of that judgment first and foremost, because it says that in 1 Peter, the 4th chapter, around the 18th verse, it says that judgment must begin at the house of Most High. Okay. Also, I believe it says that in the book of Ezekiel, the 9th chapter, and the 4th verse, where it speaks about the starting with the nation of Israel. Then the rest of these heathen nations as well, starting with Esau, Edom, right after Jake. It's gonna be Esau, Edom on down. That's why this judgment is reserved, and there's gonna be a lot of Jakes like him. They get burned up in it, man. All right. And when you get into the book of Acts, just leave us alone, man. All right. This is what we're saying. Just leave us alone. You go ahead and teach whatever you teaching. Don't bring up Great Millstone. Just go do your thing, man. We false prophets. Leave us alone. Acts chapter 5, verse 38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of man, it will come to naught. Right? False prophets. Right? That's what it's speaking of. Individuals are false prophets, because before it spoke of individuals such as Judas of Galilee, okay, Gamaliel, which was a Pharisee. All right, and what happened to them? They came to naught, and their congregation was scattered. Okay, because they weren't teaching the words of Yahweh Shai Shai. They were teaching, for their own purposes. Okay, another one I mentioned, Thaddeus. Okay, so what does it say right after that? Refrain from these men and let them alone. For this work, or this counsel of this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of the Most High, you cannot overthrow it. If it's of the Lord, you can't overthrow it, man. Least happily you be found to fight even against the Most High, and you're fighting against the Lord, man. Because we are the mouthpieces of Yahweh Shai. All right? It just says that with this word that we were gonna let's see if I can get this real quick. Talk about us speaking fire in this word to burn them up. And this is why a lot of these individuals get all upset, get butthurt. And you want to come up, with a thinking about a video one of the brothers said through another dumbass freestyle. It was like, bro, just let us be. Okay. I gotta find this preset where it speaks about our words being, the words burning them up. All right, so this is Jeremiah chapter 5 and verse 14, and I'll get back to it. It says, wherefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power of hosts, because ye speak this word. Who is this talking to? It's talking about his angels, his prophets. All right, the men that he have called and chose to do this work. All right, called and chose to teach the word, the 100% truth. That is. Okay, no matter if it's accepted or not. But it says, wherefore thus said the Lord Yahweh, power of hosts, because ye speak this word. Behold, I will make my words, the words of Yahweh Shai, and thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them. And this is talking about those that oppose the truth, coming up with false doctrines, saying that such as hell, saying that hell is a real place of the Lord's fiery indignation where you burn forever. Saying that the Revelation 13 verse 16 is sin and it's embargo and it's sleeping with white women or whatever it is. The reason why people come up with this false doctrine is because the Most High has put his spirit within certain men to debunk those things.
you know. And now you have individuals that, you know, when they hear it and opposes their doctrine, they got to come up with something else, right? But, you know, the Most High, he has his men set up to teach these things. It says that we are to be in the defense of the gospel, and that's via by us speaking his words, all right, and using his words to defend the false doctrine that people use with his same words.
And being the mouthpiece of the Most High, you know, that means what? That we're not speaking our own words. You know, so you're not coming up against us, man, as we just read in the book of Acts, the fifth chapter. Now let's end it off with this one. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 8. It says, "He therefore that despise him not man, but the Most High, who have also given unto us his Holy Spirit." We ain't speaking our own words, man. You know, it's just that you don't like, you know, and the elders and apostles that said this a while back. I believe it was the elder apostle Tahar, you know. And I stand by the statement. I concur with it, because what he said is, you know, these individuals that come out and be holding the grudges and saying that GMS don't have 100% truth, or just trying to debunk the doctrine that we teach, you just mad because you know the spirit wasn't on you to bring it out. When it goes into certain prophecies like the MOTB, you just mad it wasn't you to bring that out. You know. And it's, you know, such as Nate, you know, you change the doctrine. Oh, it's sin. Oh, it's embargo. Oh, it's, you know, it's it's whatever. And whatever, sleeping with white women, you know, which was I believe ISUPK said that, you know. So you got these individuals that come up and speak evil against the men of the Lord because the spirit wasn't on you to bring these things out, to bring the revelations out. And this individual, man, me speaking as a man, he ain't no different. You know, you upset, you hurt, and you ain't got nothing better to do with your time, man. So you got, you know, you gonna fuck with the prophets. You gonna pop that guy out the blue and mess with the prophets, man. But you mess. This is the Most High's program. This ain't our program. All right. You know, and you know, any individual that ever got in between this word being pushed out, you know, by teaching false doctrine, you see what happened to him. The Most High always fights for his men, right? Let's end it off with that. In the book of Sirach, the 4th chapter, in the 28th verse, all right? This is the book of Sirach, chapter 4, and verse 28. It says, "Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee." So we're just going to continue to teach the truth. We're going to continue to edify. We're going to continue to read, watch, and pray, and exhort the people. Blow the trumpet, as Yahweh Shema Shai commanded us to, and we're going to keep it pushing, man. All right? And, you know, to younger brothers that are coming in that maybe listen to this video, continue to do the same. Continue to learn. You know, continue to evaluate you know, what the scriptures say opposed to what these people out here are saying. You know, these false prophets specifically. You know, and if you get confused, man, talk to a man that you know to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shema Shai. You know that push the prophecies of Yahweh Shema Shai, that call upon the true names of Yahweh Shema Shai, and that carry themselves in like manner. All right. So, you know, with that being said, I'm going to end the lesson here, and I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachah, Wadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Peace, love, and safety is to the elect. Shalom.